worst enemy actor could have self-doubt. When you're rejected in auditions at any stage, तो वो एक self-doubt zone में जब जाता है actor, so that is quite frustrating. But then एक plus point होता है initial stage का, you have a lot of friends around you in your early 20s or late 20s when you are trying for acting. So rejection इतना matter नहीं करता है.
Hi and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in live for the podcast with Amit Riyaan, who has been in the industry, the film industry, film and entertainment industry for quite some time. And he is right over here with me to kind of discuss the things that he has been going through, his struggles, uh, the way he has been successful amongst those struggles as well, right? And especially we will be talking about the recently released film, The Rabbit House, which got released in January and which has been highly acclaimed for the content, the tenacity, the intensity of the movie, which keeps you at grips. I will be asking him questions about that, how he has dealt with it, how he kind of, prepared for the role. And of course, everything is not simple and not easy, right? And we always look at it from the lens of the coaching platform when people raise expectations, when they're struggling with certain aspects at their workplace. This is something which I want to discuss with Amit, that what has he experienced as an actor in the film and entertainment industry. Considerable amount of work that he has done over a period of time. Of course, in focus right now is his recent movie. But he has played a psychoterrorist in the web series Peshawar, a negative lead out over there. He has played a very prominent role in Ram Gopal Varma's Satya Part 2. His highly acclaimed movie has been the Marathi film Rajwade and Sons, over there as one of the lead actors. And, he has just done brilliant work one after the other. Another shining light in his armor has been where he has played a very pivotal role in the A.R. Rahman produced Atkan Chatkan, another Marathi movie, where he has done some brilliant work. So I would recommend, each one of you who have not seen his work, please go and check out The Rabbit House, which is his latest, of course, but also check the other movies which have been mentioned over here. All right, so I will not waste any further time. I will just go ahead and ask Amit Riyaan to come in. Yes, there you are. Hi, Amit. How are you?
Yeah. I'm great, Roshan. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's wonderful to see you again after some time. It has been some time that we kind of connected and discussed. But firstly, before I start with anything else, congratulations on your work. I think Rabbit House is a brilliant movie. We were discussing that some time back. But congratulations
Yeah.
to you on that, and congratulations to the entire team as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay. How is the success? How are you taking in the success? Is it too much to handle?
See the appreciation and the water admission I'm getting. I'm quite happy with that because the kind of hard work we put in was at different level. Because it was not only about acting, but it was also about presenting the psychological aspect of that whole character in proper way. You can't just go and act and just do the film. Yeah, so getting acknowledged for that is different cake altogether.
The very specific reason why, Amit, I wanted to do a podcast with you is because knowing you personally, knowing you for some time, you are a very methodical actor. And unlike a lot of talent today, which, tries to hit you below the belt, okay, and they try to create controversy just to gain that engagement, just to get that attraction, because we are so disconnected and we are in a world with so much of information, so much of content around us, but you still have that focus on the work that you do, correct? So that's the reason specifically I wanted to speak with you to get into the process as an actor. Most of my audiences, they are from the corporate background. and I hear stories that things are not working out, people are stagnated in their careers, they are not able to grow. Should I do this? Should I continue with the same organization? Should I switch? So I'm sure that that happens with actors a lot, and it goes on for a really long time, right? काफी वक्त एक एक साल सालों के लिए काम नहीं होती. I don't know if you had to go through that, but initial years when you had to deal with it, how did you manage that?
The dark phase जो होता है अभी what you're talking about जो होता है
Hmm.
the the worst enemy actor could have self doubt when you are rejected in auditions at any stage तो वो एक self doubt zone में जब जाता है actor so that is quite frustrating but then एक plus point होता है initial stage का you have a lot of friends around you in your early 20s or late 20s when you are trying for acting सो रिजेक्शन इतना मैटर नहीं करता है उस टाइम पर बिकॉज आपके पास दोस्त होता है एक माहौल होता है पॉजिटिविटी का होप्स एंड ड्रीम्स एंड देन यू आर अबाउट दैट कर देंगे इसके आंखों में चमक दिखती है ऐसा सुनने को मिलता है बहुत बार सो यू लाइक दैट ओके आई विल मेक इट समडे रिजेक्शन मैटर करता है आफ्टर यू अचीव समथिंग एंड देन यू आर नॉट गेटिंग इट अगेन सो इफ योर some project
That's
comes and you
that's
get
very
appreciated.
that's very important and profound, which you said.
I to realize one thing that I was very happy-go-lucky person before I got my first film. Because I was very happy. I used to take guitar classes that time. I was getting small shoots. I did 1 day, 2 day roles, and then I used to be very happy, fascinated. Oh wow, यार मजा आ रहा है थिएटर के बाद like film set treatment, vanity van में बैठने को मिलता है and all that. And then all Chutput pros, I was very happy getting enough money to survive. Our circle was theater circle, like all simple people. So I was very grateful for that life, and I still do those days still are I consider them best days of my life. And the moment came when I got launched with by K. Sarasara's film, and then as a lead, and then my life changed. Like I got that lead role, and then I got awarded for best actor in other film, and then you don't if you don't have any some mentor or like some guiding force, then you get lost in that. Then rejection affects because you have already proved yourself. Now you're being asked to prove yourself again, and then
Hmm.
that issue. So that I think the dark phase I've seen much more after getting acknowledged at any stage of my life.
What you said, very frankly, Amit, this has been a learning for me as well. That you know uh, how it impacts, how things impact you when you are just starting, and how things impact you when you have reached a stage. And
Mhm.
during both the phases, the impact is different.
Yes,
And it has to do so much with our psychology, at how we look at things, our expectations, our world. I think thanks for sharing. I think that's brilliant. I think I can use that in my coaching programs with people. But you also mentioned something about vanity. I just want to ask, just diverting from the topic. Any secrets about the vanity van? Because I know a lot of things happen in the vanity van.
so I remember my first shoot. It was a short film with Mira Nair. So I was doing theater that time, and I told everyone that I'm working
With
with Mira
Mira
Nair.
Nair. Okay.
Yeah, it
The
was just 1 day role, one small role, and then she had auditioned me for that time. It was like I was just passed out from college, and then I was doing theater that time, and I was never been to the film set or something. And then Irrfan sir was there. Then
mm,
uh, Satish Kaushik was there. So they were shooting at a very tricky place in Kolaba. So the vanity
okay.
vans, they were like three, four vanity vans were there,
Mm,
situated in that Kolaba place, and the vanity vans, the way the arrangement was there, in not in linear way. So मैं नया नया था मैं सुबह सुबह चला गया सेट पे भले मेरा कॉल टाइम दोपहर का था वेरी एक्साइटेड 6 बजे चला गया एंड देन सब सेटअप हुआ तो आस्क कि क्या गिव मी सम स्क्रिप्ट तो आई वाज वेरी एक्साइटेड आई टोल्ड एवरीवन कि I'm working with these people. And then I was taking that short film as my audition because I thought कि मैं मीरा नायर को impress कर दूंगा. She was supposed to make Shantaram that time with Johnny Depp and Amitabh Bachchan. So I was like, इतना impress कर दूंगा आज एक ही दिन में so that I would get casted in that film, Hollywood film. So never been to any film set earlier, and then this was my first experience. So I was told by assistant director that वो हाँ जो सेकंड नंबर की वैनिटी वैन है उधर जाके बैठ जाओ थोड़ी देर. So after like struggling, roaming around on set for like 3 4 hours, I was told that. So I went, but the way the vanity vans were arranged, they were not in linear ways. So I went to one van. And then it's a posh here. It's like very posh. And then what I've seen in videos, it was very different. मतलब, तो then मैं लेट गया आराम से. Then इरफान खान came suddenly after एक घंटा. And he looked at me तो ऐसे लगा कि शायद कोई मतलब जूनियर आर्टिस्ट या कोई प्रोडक्शन वाला आराम कर रहा है. He just went and then went to washroom and then left. Then after half an hour I got that होता है एक छोटा एक sixth sense आपका आइडिया कि maybe I'm in wrong van. So तो इन्होंने जल्दबाजी में वहां पे नाम नहीं लगाए थे. अदरवाइज होता
Okay.
है कि नाम होते थे. I what happened मतलब this is very अजीब इंसिडेंट. I don't think I should share, but then ठीक है बात निकली है तो जाएगी दूर तक. So I 12 साढ़े 12 बज गए. एंड देन nobody asked me anything. I thought कि अब मुझे सीन मिल गया तो मैं एक्टिंग कैसे करूंगा. मेरा सपना पूरा नहीं होगा फिर. So I saw there was Tiffin there. और मैंने सोचा कि यार ये अब कोई मैं आई वाज वेरी शाय. मैं किससे पूछूं कभी पूछा नहीं था. एंड देन प्लेस वाज एट सच ऑड लोकेशन इट वाज कि कोई जगह थी नहीं आसपास खाने पीने की. तो मैंने थोड़ा सा चुराया खाना इरफान खान के टिफिन में से. एक चपाती थोड़ी सब्जी एंड देन चना एंड गुड़ था वहां पर. एंड द मोमेंट आई एट इट ना देन सडनली 3 4 लोग आ गए. अरे कहाँ पे बैठे हो समझता नहीं क्या इरफान सर की वैन है ये. And then they kicked me out of that van. But that was like very different scenario. This I just remembered this. I don't know why I shared it.
Irfan was such a great actor, right? And truly the
You-
industry lost a
Mhm.
gem. I think as an
Yeah.
actor, at least what we used to see of him, even as a person, he was so methodical and he was appreciated not just in Indian cinema, but international cinema. He has done so much work. I think uh, you had a great time and really lucky to kind of work with him uh, so closely, right? That's amazing that
Yeah.
what the story you're sharing. And thank you for sharing that incident. So this was something fun, but any point of time during a scene, during the preparation for a role, where you had to deal with something which was really difficult, uh, maybe with a dialogue, with a scene, with some senior actor, that you had to kind of face some challenge at that point of time, or even maybe, sometimes there are hidden politics, and politics is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
In the corporate also there are politics that goes on. So anything of that incident that happened with you ever with any actor, co-star, would you like to share?
See, I go very well prepared on set. So acting wise, I hardly had any challenge with some co-actor in that
Mm,
department. But the point you are trying to raise is politics. So main problem happens when there is some insecure senior actor with you. I won't take
right.
the name. Then I have faced a couple of times when you're trying to do a job better way, and then someone gets insecure.
Mm,
So with their power and influence, they try to manipulate director and then try to belittle you in front of everyone. That is the politics. I think one actor should be aware of, and then how to manage that thing diplomatically. But then
mm-hmm,
actors are vulnerable, and then more versatile or more vulnerable actor is, more or less diplomatic he or she is. So it's quite a tricky part that how you handle that whole thing, because You can't challenge senior actors in that zone because it's owned by them. So one should be very क्लियर दैट किसी की ईगोज आप हर्ट ना करो बिकॉज ईगो बड़े फ्रजाइल होते हैं यहाँ पर तो तो इट हैपेंस
And do you think, Amit, I want to ask you, because you have been in that world and you have seen it so close. Uh, is that done on purpose, or is that something which comes out of their aura? Because they're constantly surrounded by media, they are always, being looked after. Today, I think with social media, that has gone down a bit. But do you think that adds to their aura, that mysticism, that fragileness, and not being just like the any other person, not being the average kinds, but having being larger than life, having a kind of a personality. How is it? Just wanted to understand that.
I think it's a basic human nature, and then when it's get mixed up with undeserving success in very short time, it keeps on going on, and then for such people, then it's really tough to handle, and then they don't expect other people to perform or overshadow them. So generally, what happens when some such kind of actor is there with you, and if your PR network is very strong, if your publicity network is very strong, so they are very aware that this actor or this actress, इसके articles तो पढ़ लिए, she or he is something. But there are a lot of actors who are not into that zone. There's Akshay Khanna. A lot of the actors were good actors. Even Irfan Saab were not. He was not into that. Irfan, and then I think Arshad Waris and all. There are a lot of actors who are not outed into PR thing, but then they got into it. But बाकी they don't छपाओ about themselves कि कितने एक फ्राई खाए आज, जिम में का वर्कआउट किया है, या फिर whom they are dating and ब्रेकअप हुआ है. So there are a lot of actors who try to be reserved, and I think तो जब ये लोग सेट पे जाते हैं, इस तरह के लोग, तो सामने वाला अवेयर नहीं होता है इनके बारे में, एंड दे ऑलवेज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टिमेट दैट एक्टर्स पोटेंशियल. और जब भी होता है वहां पर सीन में कुछ ओवर शेडो होने की बात होती है, तो वहां पर मुझे लगता है थोड़ा इनसिक्योरिटी आती है, एंड देन दैट टाइम सडन रिएक्शन जो होती है उनकी कि टू मैनिपुलेट, टू यूज डायरेक्टर टू लाइक उस एक्टर को बोला जाए कुछ. इट हैपेंड विद लॉट ऑफ एक्टर्स इफ आई सीन, बट आफ्टर सक्सेस स्टोरी इज डिफरेंट आई गेस सेट पे. बट आई सीन दिस वो जितना आप वो सिस्टम देखते हो, अंडरऑल सिस्टम देखते हो विद लॉट ऑफ पीपल, मैनेजर्स, खुद के पर्सनल बॉयज, कॉस्ट्यूम, it's all
Mm.
ecosystem they come up with, and then that's how I think you said that how industry is changing. I think this is the biggest change and the worst change is happening. This whole system, the actor bringing सात आठ लोगों का टीम लेकर आना, and then it affects everyone work.
Yeah, and you know, I was uh, I was kind of once listening to, I think, Anurag Kashyap, and he was talking about managing costs. Okay, and he said, yeah, the problem is not the actor's cost. The problem is the entire entourage that they carry. And some
Mm-hmm.
people, when they come onto the set, they have a team of 100 people, and
Yeah.
you have to take care of them, take care of their cost. when
Yes, yes,
when you're doing
yes.
a shoot abroad, right, and some expensive locations, it's not easy that you have to first take care of the actors demand, which is okay that flight tickets, business class, best hotels, food, but then you have to take care of the entire entourage, and then you just can't do anything. And what you rightly said is what Mr. Kashyap also mentioned, that it is that has changed so much in the industry today, that it is no longer as the previous day that it's just about the actor and it is just about filmmaking. It has gone to a different domain. And you mentioned about the PR aspect, and I remember, Amit, when we had personal discussions, you used to mention that how much you hate doing PR, and how much and how you don't like social media. But that's the profession, and I think some part of it has to be done because you are there and people
I
they
do.
want to know about.
See, I did my PG diploma in that only, advertising, PR, and copywriting. So
Hmm.
the what I am not happy with is the pattern, the same monotonous pattern. So the definition of PR is not innovative anymore. So the definition of PR has become airport se bahar nikalna, getting spotted, gym se bahar nikalna, getting spotted. So quantity is beating the quality, and then मुझे लगता है maximum time is just like actors have become jokers and mujrawalas. That's it. Everywhere you have to be seen, visible, and then there are a lot of I don't think अगर हम पुराने actors देखे, like imagine Rajkumar kind of actor, senior Rajkumar, okay,
Hmm.
trying
Yeah.
to do PR. Imagine that scenario that the personality that guy used to have. He will not do
Yeah.
anything what Yapa is being like जो करना पड़ता है अभी तो
And of course there has been recent controversy also with a comedy show which is all over
yeah.
the news. And I don't blame the artists also over there. This is what we as an audience we are paying attention to, and the artists are doing what where they are getting the attention. So that is they are doing the job. That is the market. That is where the money is coming in. So I will not blame only the artists out over there. I will, because they are doing something which they are just feeding into what the audience needs to they think is engagement, and they think is entertainment. Unfortunately, content has completely changed, and engagement and entertainment has got a very different definition today, is what I feel. I don't have any views when we say that, what do you think about, and I don't even want to ask you that question, that what do you think about that episode that recently happened. But I think we have to look back at ourselves as an audience, that what is it that we are paying attention to. There's so much of quality work. There's so much of quality content. There's so many platforms today that you can go out, and but we want to get ourselves engaged in cheap thrills. एंड जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि झूठ झूठ होता है, लेकिन अगर झूठ को हर दिन दोहराया जाए तो फिर वो सच हो जाता है, right? Any
Yes.
lie is a lie, but if you keep telling that lie every day, that becomes the truth. And I think I see that happening in the domain of entertainment, and this, that we are believing that that is true engagement, we are believing that is real entertainment, and we are forgetting what, you mentioned the names of Mr. Rajkumar. We are forgetting that kind of genre.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. And you mentioned names, you mentioned specific names who are very away from that, who stay away from that. And my next question is, therefore, who is your role model? Every actor definitely has a role model, a mentor. You also mentioned during podcast. Or who do you look up to when you're feeling low, when you need some insights into how a work should be done? Who is your go-to person?
uh, there are two actors I would like to mention here. One is Johnny Depp, and then other is Irfan Khan. So the reason I think these actors they appeal to my sensibility is like Johnny Depp tried to bring the change there in Hollywood because he was gifted with certain personality. He could have gone for typical starry अगर हमारी भाषा में बात हो तो मसाला films there, but
Hmm.
he chose character-driven roles, and then it added to his personality, his depth. And same with Irfan Khan here, but on different tangent because Irfan Khan didn't have the personality जो typical hero की personality होती है.
Right.
So the engagement factor that Irfan Khan brought in characterization was very different here. The depth and the way he used to have the pauses, I think I really love that. But हाँ वो यूज करने के लिए भी आप में वो स्किल्स होनी चाहिए और इतना स्कोप भी होना चाहिए आपके पास बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक आई हैव सीन the biggest change in today's filmmaking is a lot of directors they don't like pauses or like they don't want that hold. वो एडिटिंग पॉइंट से फट 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 निकालना चाहते हैं तो दे लाइक it happened to me a couple of times when I was like in shot in the moment, and then
Hmm.
ने cut बोला है, and I was like, oh, I'm about to like वो हो रहा है बन रहा है, so like वो दिख रहा है लेकिन नहीं, I got it. तो they just want फिल्म का लेंथ के हिसाब से जो पहले से फिल्म डिसाइडेड होती है, तो मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं वहां पे डायल्यूट हो रहा है फिल्म मेकिंग.
Yeah, I think brilliant actor Johnny Depp. I loved the movie Blow,
Hmm.
which he the kind of various roles and
His,
various.
his one of his one of the very good film is Ed Wood, if you have seen it. The shot completely in black and white, and then he played this guy whose name is Ed Wood. He is awarded as worst director of century. So he played the
Oh,
director's role, and then it's an amazing film, man. And then see what I liked about Johnny Depp is like, see, he could have gone for other kind of roles, which would have been easier
commercial.
for him,
Yeah, yeah,
commercial aspect. Same with if you could say DiCaprio, he's very good with that. After Titanic, he literally, I think, experimented with his whole characterization and career. So that's good.
absolutely.
But there are actors, Sanjeev Kumar and then Michael Caine. They are brilliant. Like you have to learn so many things from them. And then uh, it's like I to watch their films often whenever I'm in that low phase. So it really revive your whole aura, and then whole that feeling, sulking feeling you get back on your track.
Absolutely. I get what you're saying. The the depth of acting, and an actor also needs to have that freedom, like what you said, that if
Yeah.
the director, because of whatever commercial value, they're not focusing on that pause, that hold. And you mentioned about the late Rajkumar, the great Rajkumar, who had that, was a master, I think, in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
pause, in that hold. In real world, I also look at in real life the late great uh, ex Prime Minister, the great Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Yeah, his pauses were brilliant. His poetry was brilliant, and then the way flow in his speeches, if you see, it was brilliant. So I like the way. See, that's how you engage your audience, your voters, and then people who are listening to you. So I think Atal Bihari Vajpayee said he had that thing. So मजा आता था उनको सुनने में. अभी भी आता है
Yeah,
if you watch the
and
videos.
yeah, and you just don't want to rush through, rush. Okay, ye ho gaya, ye ho gaya. And it is always said, that the audience is also part of your art, right? So you do something, you deliver a
Mm-hmm.
dialogue,
Yeah.
you emote in a certain way, and you give that pause, that audience also gets that time to absorb, to understand, the depth of that scene, of that moment. And I think people like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, G, Rajkumar, all the great actors, they knew that. And that's why it came naturally to them, right?
Yes,
Because
yes, I believe.
the audience also completes your art. It's not just you who's delivering. And how does the
Yes.
audience react? So, Amit, you have been speaking about male actors and people who have been your heroes. Any crush, any female actors that you had or have a crush on, or you really want to work with sometime in the future?
I used to have crush on Julia Roberts when I was like in my the early stage.
Hmm.
I used to like her class, and then the way that her screen presence was brilliant. So that was there. Uh, and then even I used to like charm the screen presence of Smita Patil.
Mm.
Her dialogue delivery. She had that engagement factor. So not exactly crush, but I was very much uh, her work always appealed to me somehow. Uh, and then while if you see actresses, then nowadays in today's time, I think there are a lot of actresses. They are well trained. They are they know what they're doing, and then that's how somehow I like that thing, the change in this generation. And earlier there
Mm,
was not that much of scope for actresses, because एक तो लड़कों को ही टाइम नहीं मिलता था स्कोप कि भाई क्या करना चाहते हो, एक्टर बनना चाहते हो, ये करो वो करो. The girls, when they are coming today, they are so well trained, they're getting support from the family, and then that's why I see a lot of actresses nowadays who are not from film background. Yami Gautam
backgrounds.
is, yeah, yeah, Yami Gautam, she's doing
Oh
brilliant
yeah.
work. Yeah,
Yeah, I think yeah, Yami Gautam. In fact, I was just watching her movie yesterday, Doom Dham, which
yeah,
has come on Netflix, and I'm a big fan of Pratik Gandhi.
yeah.
Uh, Amazing actor, and the
She's
way
brilliant.
he, yeah, I got to know that he doesn't go for commercial value. He is very choosy about the scripts that he has to do. So I watched the movie, and Yami Gautam is there in that, and she's so brilliant. And I was just discussing with my wife, that of late that Yami Gautam has created that space for herself in a certain
Yeah,
way, and she is being brilliant in every movie that she comes out. And I don't think even she's a person who looks for commercialization and all. And she's very clear in terms of what she's doing, what is her role, what is her delivery. I think she's brilliant. I think you rightly said that. Absolutely, yeah. Great. So hope to see you and her in some project quite
you
soon.
never know. You never know.
So can you give us some tips, people who are watching this, that how do you focus at work? Because today we are so distracted with things, and you have directors who completely ban phones at work. They don't want people to be focused with it. How do you maintain? And I know you're so disciplined when it comes to work. How do you do that? Why don't you tell that to our viewers, paying attention in a world that is so distracted? How do you manage to do that?
I guess whenever we are like focusing on something, the main distraction could be the easy dopamine, like what we get like through mobile, the easy entertainment we're getting. So, and then it affects us negatively. I realized one thing: if you get too much used to that whole thing, so it affects your not only your acting work, even your corporate job. Regarding focus, I think your initial goals, back to back reminder to that thing. I still refer to my old diary, the small thing, and then I still daily I read this. In
What's that
smallest
diary?
small
Can you just show that? Is it?
note.
Acha,
It's
it's
just
notepad.
notepad thing. I just written few things, and then I just read that daily, like every morning. So like it keeps me very grounded in a way that okay, I had to do this. It's not my to-do list. It's my like whole thing. Like this is what I came for, and then this is I had to achieve. And then I think engagement keeps you happy, and then keep focused. So otherwise, people lose focus because I realize somehow उन्हें लगता है कि यार हाँ बट हो जाएगा, मिल जाएगा. So that
Mm.
attitude somehow बहुत कम समय के लिए हम यहाँ पर हैं, realize. तो uh, उसको justify करना बहुत जरूरी है, like.
If it is not getting into too private zone, can you tell me few lines that are there in that diary which might help? What is it that is written, and what is it
Actually,
that kind of uh,
what I do,
gives you
this
inspiration?
thing. I'll tell
Hmm.
you. I'll not give my personal experience. What thing I
Yeah.
have, the situations in my life, or whatever happened, positive or negative, and I always note it down in one line or two line, just a reminder. And then what I did, how I acted in that moment, and what I could have done. See, you get objective perspective after the event has gone already. Okay, the time has passed already. So in that moment, you don't get that objective point of view. So after that time, has gone, when I analyze that scene, whole thing, situation in my life, I write it down in one or two sentences. What I did,
Mm,
how I responded to the situation, and how I should have in for betterment. So just few incidents which always keep me focused, practically, um, more efficient. So I just go through that, and then I think that helps me to not do more mistakes in that same zone. So that's one thing.
mm.
I think,
Reflecting on the day, on the work,
yeah.
what has happened, what is important in life, so that
Hmm.
you remain grounded. And we do that in different ways, right? Uh, we kind of have those affirmations in life that we kind of keep telling ourselves to overcome.
Yeah, even you must be teaching that in your corporate trainings. And I see, whenever I met you, I realized one thing: you're very sorted in that way. So even I remember that someday you were discussing this financial stability, and you were like so sorted that way that this it has to be done. And then I seen few programs of yours, and then you're writing, and also I realized, yeah, you the way you blend it, I like that. Life plus work. Yeah, so you don't have to lose anything, any particular thing. That if you want to achieve work, then lose life, or if you want to go good in life, then you have to compromise in your career. So that's how uh, it should be, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it is so easy, Amit, to get distracted with things that are around us. And there are so many things that will tempt us, but it is so important. And like you do that small diary, it is so good. It's not fancy, it's not flashy, uh, that we do, but just a simple thing. And I keep telling to my mentees that, what are the you need to focus on that little things, the 10% or the 20% of things that can bring 20, 90 or 80%, that creates a 90 to 80% impact on your life. And you don't have to do too much in life. I don't think you have to do a lot in life. But you need to do that small thing, but you need to do it daily. You need to do regularly. You need to have that discipline,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And brilliant that you share that diary and you have that diary. When we talk about technology, how is, of course, we see technology changing so much in the corporate world with AI and all the new platforms that are coming in. How is technology shaping the film industry today? And do you think that will have a profound impact in the future?
Yeah, I think it is already affecting filmmaking uh, in better way also. And then there are a few things I'm not happy about. I remember this uh, one conversation I was having with Mr. Ramgopal Verma while shooting Satya 2
Mm,
in 2013. We were shooting, and then we were just discussing this thing. That time there was no OTT, there was no this Insta Reel wala thing, and he told me one thing that Amit, uh, things will be changing very fast in few years. People will be shooting films on mobile, and then there will be like this theater will lose the impact. And then
mm,
I'm not believing him that time because I didn't have that vision. But then the way he said it, now I see it's happening there already. So, but the thing which I don't like or I miss is like the theater thing. So the film देखने का मजा तो theater में आता है. I don't like it watching on a mobile or like TV screen. And then every every family member watching their own film in their own room. That's not how it is. See, it was not about entertainment. Film was earlier. It was like a celebration. It was like unwind yourself, and then it was collective celebration. Now it is like just आप कुछ भी just देख रहे हो यार. Just like it's not a porn that you have to watch it in like your privacy. It has to be a
mm.
good thing, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think the interference and the incision of devices and you look at how it has changed, that they have given you a device where you can just hold it in your hand and you can watch it, right?
I think
Uh,
there's a worst this thing. Is the worst invention in human history is like the smartphones, the camera in mobile. Camera in mobile is the worst thing. It affected filmmaking. It affected our society. And then I know it made a lot of things easier, but then at what cost? I wonder about that. So imagine for a
and
while,
hmm,
imagine if there were no cameras in mobile and we have smartphone, we have everything as it is, but just imagine this camera feature is not there. Life would have been much more better and deeper. This one thing, one feature and affected everything.
true. And that's why today, actually, Abid, a lot of CEOs, the top
Hmm.
guys who are very smart back in the Silicon Valley, and especially the tech guys, the top tech guys sitting in top, they are using dumb phones. They have gone back.
Yeah.
They have gone back to the old Nokia phones, right? Where you can't even use WhatsApp on that. It is
So
just calling, no cameras also, just calling and just text messages. So you
you
use
know what?
that only for communication. You want to reach out to me, that's it, nothing else.
That's kind of luxury nowadays. Only privileged people could have. I would personally want to reach that stage of my life in my career that I should get free from smartphone, escape. I want to escape from smartphone metrics. I don't mind. I would have prepared normal telephone or something. But then see, that's how you have to maintain yourself. You have to sustain. You need that. So yeah, थोड़ा robotic तो बनना ही पड़ेगा. We are becoming robots in a way, but ठीक है. But somehow you always wish for, yeah. So if you are like aware enough, then you will always have such kind of desire. And those people you mentioned, they are not fool. They are not dumb people for using
Absolutely.
dumb. They have proved themselves in a way.
It is such an interesting paradox that today your richness, your wealthiness is
Mm.
defined by if you're using a smartphone or if you're using a dumb phone. And if you're using that dumb phone, that means it shows your status that you can afford not to use a smartphone, not to be connected, and you can afford the luxury of time, because time today is the biggest currency. Time with
Seriously,
family today is the biggest currency. So
yeah.
true. Do you think you cannot use one today? What is your thought? You cannot afford to not be on a smartphone today.
I don't think that there could be a lot of people who are successful enough that they can afford that. I personally am not at that level, and then I can't afford to lose opportunity. Uh, but I always wish
Hmm.
for that. I desire for that, and I am aware about that. I desire for that. There will be a lot of people who are not aware that they desire for that, and then they could still be in the matrix in that vicious cycle. If I get the opportunity and as such kind of phase in my life, I would definitely escape.
Uh, that is all the questions from my side, Amit. I had a great time. Always have a great time in talking to you. We have some people who are live today with us,
Mhm.
and I thank them for taking the time out, being here, listening to us, right? Being live. Any one of you would want to raise a question, want to have a question, please do.
Hello, Ravi Teja here. So that was a nice session. Thanks for inviting us to this session. It was a kind of a learning experience. From this was the first time actually listening to an actor from that industry. I have no connections there. My brother is into animation and so on. So this was sort of interesting to get that perspective as well. And since Amit has mentioned ADHD on his last movie, definitely going to watch it now because yeah, so I deal with such kind of issues personally as well. You,
Okay.
so I just wanted to say this much, and the last part exactly, and it was sort of surprising. I'm just commenting, nothing specific to ask, but I'm sort of commenting on the whole thing.
Sure.
And it was sort of surprising that an actor is feeling that, okay, this uh, uh, technology has taken away a lot from us. And it was an interesting perspective. So that was, yeah, so it shows the human side of the actors as well. So this was a really good talk to be here. Thanks for the invite. And all the best for you, Amit, for your
Thanks,
future
thanks.
endeavors. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ravi.
I remember, Amit, we were speaking about Rabbit House when you were getting into it, and
Yeah.
there were some questions that you had, and we discussed that. And it is so great to see that work has materialized and it has come to that stage. It has become successful. It has got the acclaim. And what is it that you're doing next? Please tell us.
Uh,
Even the viewers will be seeing later.
so currently, I'm working on this short movie which I wrote myself and I
Oh,
directed it.
wow. Amazing.
So it's on schizophrenia. So I just completed that last week. Let's see how it turns out, and then I'm trying to put it in some festivals. I'm not getting into direction or anything. It's just like I wanted to
Yeah.
highlight this issue, schizophrenia, and it's very interesting the way we try to present it. So I hope people would like it. So I was just busy with that. Then there is this other film which is coming up, which was stuck due to technical issues. Now it will release, I think, in next 3 or 4 months.
Mhm.
It's basically Indianized version of LA Confidential, featuring Russell Crowe and Kevin Spacey.
Hmm. Brilliant actor. Kevin Spacey is
Yeah,
something. Even
yeah,
Russell Crowe, I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, really looking forward for that. Do share the link of your movie once it is ready and out
Yeah, I
with
will.
us. And I'm sure the audience would love to see that. Yes, messages are coming that interesting. Looking forward to it. Definitely will let you know. And
Yeah.
before we kind of put it out and we let Amit go, I just want to play the trailer of Rabbit House because I do want definitely everyone to go watch it. So I'll just share my screen out over here for a second.
कैसे लगा हिमाचल?
अभी तो होटल पर पहुंचे हैं।
और दामाद जी कैसे हैं?
सब कहते हैं कि मुझे हर बात पर बहुत गुस्सा आता है। अरे क्या कर रही हो? कैसे चलती हो? जवाब देने की बजाय तुम चुप क्यों रहती हो? अरे बोलने से पहले सोचती क्यों नहीं? क्यों? तो ऐसा नहीं है। मुझे गुस्सा तभी आता है जब कोई मेरे सवालों का जवाब नहीं देता। मोहित, अरे कोई है? यहाँ से बाहर कैसे निकलना यार?
सर ये तो खास सरप्राइज था रैबिट हाउस का।
अच्छा एक बात बता, यहाँ पर जंगली जानवर आते हैं क्या?
ना आज तक कोई जानवर नहीं आया यहाँ तक।
आज तक तो हम भी नहीं आए थे। आज आ गए ना? आओ चलो चलो चलो।
सब ठीक तो है ना?
Absolutely amazing. You look so dangerous and menacing, Amit. So guys,
Thanks
go
a
and
lot.
watch
Thanks.
Amit Rabbit House. And Amit, thank you so much for being here. It was absolutely a pleasure. I'm sure the people also enjoyed it, and the viewers, when we put this video out on YouTube, will absolutely enjoy it as well. Thank you so much, and all the best for everything that you're doing in future. And we'll speak soon. Take care. Bye.